Hey guys, my name is Luna. I am going to be looking over Ed Brown from 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days photography. Obviously this video has already been done by Jessica K, but she is a professional photographer and I really like her videos, especially when she went over Ed Brown's photography. However, the difference is that I'm not a professional photographer. I recently graduated from film, so I do not have a professional take on photography, but I feel like this is also kind of like common sense. Just by looking at photos, like, you don't have to be an expert in something to know whether something's bad sometimes. Like if you don't know how to ice skate, like, you can tell if someone's good or bad at ice skating, you know what I mean? So this is more from like an amateur eye, but still kind of judging it pretty much. But let's just get right into it, because there's so many photos that she did, but I wanted to also go over the ones that obviously she didn't do everything. But for example, let's go over to the ring, like these wedding photos. Why is her leg cut off here? It's just a very unflattering angle for her knee. The background's fine, however it also looks very like off kilter. There's so many things just not very complimentary in this photo, I guess. This pole here is also like, I don't know, it's a weird, it feels kind of like in the way for them, like with everything going on. This one, Jessica mentioned herself like she'd rather have like a completely black and white instead of having this like slightly sepia or like yellow tint in it. I agree. This makes it look like it's like a wannabe vintage look into it. Posing's alright, I guess, in my mind. Like, if I was getting married and I wanted engagement photos or couple photos, this just wouldn't be it. This is not it. I don't get why he put a blur on it, like the Gaussian blur, or just like that type of dreamy vintage type of like 90s blur, but it's still not nice. Still doesn't look that great. Like, her face just looks kind of stiff, and it's a nice smile, but she just doesn't look that comfortable. He looks good. This is okay, but also, I don't like this. And there's like stuff here. This one is just such a bad photo, I think. Like, such an unflattering angle for her and for him. Like, the grass kind of cuts his face off and her head's kind of up. It honestly seems like a candid capture. It doesn't seem like she was ready and he kind of just took it. There's also people here and there's like trash cans here. I get the idea, like, being in front of the grass, it can be nice, it can be done well. However, if he just gave them like some direction maybe, or he captured it at a better moment, it would have came out nicer. No. This one is okay. Also, why does this seem kind of slanted? Like this is obviously not a straight line, like it ends here and then it's over here. Also this family here, I don't know, unless it's like their family, but even then it's kind of just not clear. Seems kind of weird. I guess the pose isn't that great. She also doesn't look that comfortable, but I think it's a nice capture of their faces, of him kind of looking at her, which is nice. This one I think is so not great. The fact that it's so wide angle, it's like a fisheye angle or fisheye lens, but like, he doesn't look that great because his double chin is showing. Honestly, if I was a customer and I paid a photographer to do this, I would be so upset that like the photographer captured something like that and then put it on his portfolio. I'd be kind of embarrassed because like it's for the world to see. I just wouldn't look great. I don't think anyone would look great if they were to jump and then like candidly have a double chin. They look happy, which is fun. I mean, it's a nice fun photo. It's kind of goofy. I don't really like it. The fact that it's so wide angled and their faces are just a bit more distorted like this. She's very beautiful, but like she looked not great, like as good as she could be. Him as well. This is okay. Her arm is really stiff. I wish it was like maybe bent a little, so you know it's not so straight, and it doesn't look. It wouldn't look as big if it was against her so much, and like it just would be more relaxed, more natural if she just bent it. Also, maybe if her hair was like a little different, that would also be nice. The light looks nice. I mean, you got a nice little shine in her eye. This is a cute photo because you know he's kissing her head. I do think it's overexposed. It's so bright here. And it's very kind of takes away from the action here. I think it's a very nice photo though. Maybe I think if anything, like besides the lighting, her hair could be a little bit like put back, you know, just small things. Or maybe even just like a more solid background, less. It's not that busy, but just because it's so bright here and here, and then we have this going on around his head. This one's okay. This one's pretty cute. This one's quite standard, if anything, of like a couple, and like he's behind her, around her, and they're both looking at the camera and smiling. It's pretty nice. It seems like he did use some natural light for once, maybe, most likely, like the sun here. There's definitely some like artificial light, I think, because you can, I mean, their eyes are just so bright. It's like, it seems kind of like a cloudy day, and honestly I feel like you wouldn't even need artificial light if it's kind of a cloudy bright day. Sun is kind of setting or rising, and it's coming from the side to look at an angle still. If anything, just need a reflector from the other side to reflect the sun into the other side of their face. Cute, super exposed. It looks like they're mostly just hair, a head, some jeans slash pants, some rocks, but everything just blends in together, like because of their white shirts. And then there's like people here, or I mean, it looks like people. It's just everything blends in. Like you want it to not blend in, so they stand out pretty much. You want the attention on them. However, they're kind of being sucked into the ocean and the beach. Same thing here. There's literally no line. At least with this one, you can kind of see like his shoulder here, her shoulder here. You know, her hip is over here. This one literally blends in. You cannot tell where the shirt ends or where the shirt begins. And it's just like pants. It's literally like this is like a photoshopped of pants or legs spread open, you know? This is quite bad. It's quite bad. There's also like some dreamy filter or it's a Gaussian blur on it. Not that great. Hair's kind of cutting off her eye too. Small things I just wish been nicer here, but like mainly it's the overexposure that I don't think anyone would enjoy this. I don't think who's this couple? Like I would do this for them, honestly. And I'm not even a professional photographer. I'm not even a photographer, you know? Almost anyone, I think. You could pull someone off the street and ask them, hey, could you take my photo? And it would come out way better. Oh boy. Also another wide fisheye angle lens, and kind of better than the last one. Let's go back to it. Yeah, it's better than the last. Okay, it's better than that one. I don't like using a wide angle on, especially if you're trying to if you're shooting people's face mainly, like the wide angle will distort their features. It'll make them look more like round, like a sphere, because the front part, like the center of their face is coming out, and then the side of their face is going back, so it doesn't look as flattering as like one would want it to be, I would say. He also it makes him look a bit shorter, like he took it at a kind of a higher angle, so they're kind of looking up and his legs look shorter like that. The coloring is also really weird. Like look at their feet, like it's kind of orange. Up here is yellow, tan, like brown. The color is just really bad with the yellow tint. Okay, one of their feet on the sand. This one's actually quite nice. I quite like it. If anything, overexposed is pretty much it. This one's, it's cute, it's sweet, but it's also like at an angle as well. It just doesn't look that great. Maybe if it was like a nicer flower or something. Or maybe if they weren't in the same area of the photo. And here's the thing here's the thing about like photo compositions or any image composition, standard, like basics, like you would follow the rule of thirds. So 1, 2 lines, and then 1, 2 lines, and then that makes 3 by 3, and that's the rule of thirds. And you would want the subject to be within those lines pretty much. I guess because both the flower and them are in the same like line, it just doesn't look as interesting anymore. Yeah, I mean, this one's okay. This seems really standard. Probably I wouldn't agree with the wide angled lens. This one, also very overexposed. Like, why? Like, I would actually like to see a bit more of an outline of their face before the sun kind of cuts their face off at the lips. Her nose is cut off, his nose is cut off. You know, like even just seeing more of the nose and then the sun being very bright, that it like kind of overpowers like seeing the outline of their lips would have been better. But like you don't know where the jaw ends, nor for his, do you know? It looks really weird like that. Overall, the thing is pretty overexposed too. I hate this tint. I hate it. Why? Why did he do a wide angle for this? I don't get it. I hate it. This gives me like Twilight vibes. This is Bella, and that's Edward. The background is completely either overexposed, I think on purpose really, to only show them. Since like there's also a white blanket here, so kind of like a white background almost, and then really on them, and then it has a type of Gaussian blur, I'm assuming, or just some type of, you know, like a dreamy filter or something to make it look like that Twilight scene. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. And then, you know, I see like the purple flowers are here to kind of match her purple shirt, but I think it goes against what he was trying to do, because they're kind of so similar in color. I would probably prefer more contrast in this. Like, not to mention, same thing with the rule of thirds, everything's over here. I think their placement is great, you know, being right here, you know, and they're about to kiss. Maybe the flowers should have been maybe over here, or just like even different color would have been great. You know, when you're working with dogs, it's obviously going to be hard to get them to stand still or to sit still and, you know, look at the camera, or even if you're trying to get candid shots, you know, especially that there's 2 dogs. If one dog is looking great, the other one might not be. And then plus people in the picture also, you know, it's just more elements coming together, and 2 of them are a bit more hard to control. To me, this photo basically is if someone took their phone and was just capturing a photo of their day, spending time with these people, and this is the photo they got for one of the moments. And you know, it wasn't like planned out. It wasn't thought out. It was just, oh my god, this is so cute. Like the 4 of them together. Let me just snap something quick. You know, not a lot of thought, I would say. Not much interesting going on. This is not worth paying, you know? This one I think is so nice. It's a very nice portrait. I love the background. It's obviously it complements her dress. Nice smile. I think her face and her neck, or mainly just her face, like if it's not her makeup, then maybe even adding a bit more shadow or something, just to give, because her face kind of blends in together with like her cheeks and her nose are kind of blending in together. That's the only thing that I have a problem with. Otherwise, it's a very beautiful photo. Maybe also fix her hair. It looks pretty messy. But other than that, I think it's a very nice photo of her. Very nice portrait. And I think that's all I'm gonna do today. I would think we went through a lot. Honestly, I want to go through more because, no offense, Ed Brown, but ain't the greatest, ain't worth the money. I don't know if you can really call yourself a photographer. I mean, I can't either, but I feel like anyone on the street taking a photo could do something a little better than this. Yeah, I'm being pretty harsh. I think you guys, if you see this, should also take a look and, you know, just think about it. Just think. Compare it to anything you would do, What would you do better?